Welcome to Saju Matthew Online Safety University.
So what are the vulnerabilities of disabled people?
Oh, very good question. Even it is being asked in the higher level diploma, RSP examination, RSM examination, CSP examination. What are the vulnerabilities of disabled people? Let's understand the scenario. Disabled people in the sense, let us take an example of a person on a wheelchair or hearing impairment, vision trouble. Such people can be called as disabled people. So what are the vulnerabilities they are facing? See, in case of an emergency, people on wheelchair won't be able to evacuate themselves quickly from a place to a safer place. That is your assembly point. Correct or not? So their vulnerabilities are evacuation would be difficult for them. In case of emergency, it may take time. And the use of lift, actually during the wheelchair, to bring the wheelchair, you need to have a separate ramp, because during emergency, you cannot use a lift. Lift will be off. Then you need a special arrangement to bring the wheelchair to the bottom or to the assembly point. For that, you need a ramp. Another vulnerability. These physically and mentally challenged people would be facing difficulty in evacuating themselves in case of emergency. Then they will be finding difficulty in evacuating themselves, especially without a ramp. It would be difficult for them. Then physically challenged people, other problem with them is people with hearing impairability. Hearing impairment. People with hearing impairment, they would be finding difficulty in hearing workplace instructions, especially evacuation orders. It will be difficult for them to hear the evacuation order. Or otherwise, vehicle horns, even workplace alarms, warning alarms, audible alarms, it would be difficult for them. So it increases the risk of people with the hearing impairment. Clear? Then there are people with the vision troubles, color blindness. There are certain people with the color blindness. They won't be able to see the warning signs. They won't be able to recognize the flickering, the lights, signals, the indicators. So they would be finding difficulty in recognizing the indicators from a switchboard or keyboard, correct or not? Because visible, they have color blindness problem. So they are more at risk. And these are the vulnerabilities for people with physical disability like vision trouble, hearing impairment, then people with movement restrictions, as I told you, they are mostly physically challenged people, their movements are restricted, they are on wheelchair, it would be difficult for them to evacuate quickly. Clear? Again, the problem with them is using toilets. Normal toilets, they would be finding difficulty in using normal toilets. Their wheelchair will not go inside the toilet, and the toilet size may be too small, and it would be difficult for them to take the wheelchair inside. For they need a separate toilet for them, correct or not? Yes. And even sometimes what happens, physically challenged people or disabled people, they would be finding difficulty in coping up with their DSC workstation. For example, your computer stand is, your table is up, and your physical size may be low, and the wheelchair may not be so adjustable, so you would be finding difficulty in operating the keyboard as well, correct or not? DSC workstation, the difficulty and the poor design of the DSC workstation can also increase the risk of people on, especially people with physical disabilities. Disabled people will have this problem. Again, the problem with the disabled people, they would be finding difficulty in bringing their wheelchair inside. Because through the steps entering into the office, if assume that there is a step in front of the office, and for them bringing the chair would be difficult, correct or not? Again, another major problem with the disabled people, when they are traveling, especially people on wheelchair, when they are traveling, what happens? The vehicle should have a locking arrangement for their wheelchair. Otherwise, when they are loading their wheelchair inside, they need somebody's assistance for entering into a bus for a long trip. So when the wheelchair is taken inside, what happens? There is a possibility of movement while traveling, and there is a possibility of toppling down even. So they are more at risk there. Clear? And even there are possibilities of these vulnerable people, these disabled people are having more risk, like their loose clothes even can get entangled with the rotating wheels. They need somebody for assistance. And always they are in need of assistance actually. Even night shift can increase their risk for this disabled people. Night shift activities would be difficult for them. And even like a female, certain female, there may be, say, even though they are physically challenged, sexual abuse possibilities are there with the female employees. So they always need somebody's assistance. And sometimes that happens, they cannot work alone. If they are working alone also, if somebody is attacking them, if sexual abuse or molestation attempt is done on them, they won't be able to escape quickly, and seeking assistance from other people would be difficult for them. So all the way, disabled people are having lot of vulnerabilities. Clear? Is it clear to you? That's a very modern question actually. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So my next question is, what are the hazards and controls associated with lone working?
Yeah, lone working. Lone working is a major concern these days actually. See, you know who all are the lone workers? A person working in bank ATM, security guard in an ATM can be called as a lone worker. Even a driver, long distance driver traveling from Delhi to Kerala, but driving on the road alone can be a lone worker. Even the security person at ATC, air traffic control stations, and aerodromes, and it is too far actually. At ATC outposts are too far from the common area. So naturally, people working in the ATC, air traffic control stations, they can be called as lone workers. Even night shift people, there are many people working alone at workplaces. Call centers, there are some call centers, only one or two people will be there, only single person operated call centers are also there. So they are known as lone workers. See, what are the main problem associated or hazards associated with the lone workers is, this lone worker, because of the lone working nature itself, it is difficult for them to get support from their colleagues in case of an emergency. They would be finding difficulty in getting immediate support from their colleagues. That is one of the major hazards. Again, the problem with them, they won't be getting immediate medical attention. They would be finding difficulty in getting first aid supports. They would be finding difficulty in communicating with their parent office. Because if anybody is coming and attacking them, nobody is there to support them, nobody is to assist them, so naturally the risk is increasing. They are more subjected to violence, especially assume that in this office one lady is working during night time, she is working alone, anybody can come inside and attack her, sexual molestation possibilities are there, physical harassment can be there, or so lone workers are denied with, or they would be finding difficulty in communicating, they would be finding difficulty in terms of self-defense. They can be, the violence possibilities can be there because nobody is there to assist them. They would be finding difficulty in communicating with their parent office, lack of communication. They won't be getting immediate assistance from their colleague. They would be finding difficulty in getting medical facility. They would be finding difficulty in availing first aid facility in case of emergency. So these are the common vulnerabilities or the hazards associated with the lone worker. Immediate medical support is an issue. For example, a driver who is driving from Delhi to or Chandigarh to Cochin, on the way when they are driving, in between if he is developing with a massive heart attack, that also in a jungle area, you can assume from where he can get an immediate medical support. So this is the case when a lone worker is driving for a long distance, naturally they won't get medical support. In some other area, communication would be difficult. For example, mobile range may not be there, and it would be difficult for them to communicate with their families as well as their parent office. And even they can be attacked by someone on the way. Violence possibilities are there. Even in case of female, there are possibilities of sexual abuse, sexual assault on them. And even there are possibilities of theft, even burglary. Suppose somebody is working alone in the bank counters and all, people can attack with a weapon. So these are the common hazards associated with the lone worker. Now your question is, how can we protect these lone workers? In order to protect the lone worker, first of all, conduct a risk assessment and identify the hazards associated. Second thing, have a provision for communicating with the parent office or nearby search and rescue team or police authority. For that, what we normally do, we provide them a panic alarm. Panic alarm in the sense, suppose in this office, you will be providing them a panic alarm. If anybody is coming inside, you can suddenly press the panic alarm. This panic alarm might have connected with the nearby police station or the head office or nearby offices. And so that what happen, people can come and save them, come and assist them. So provision of panic alarm. First of all, conduct a risk assessment and identify the hazards. Then comply with the legal requirement with respect to lone working. Certain area, lone working is not allowed actually. There you have to comply with those rules. So comply with the legal requirement with respect to lone working. Third one, provide panic alarms. Fourth one, have other communication facility. Like there must be immediate communication facility, there should be a communication facility between the lone worker as well as the parent office or the assisting team. Assisting team, normally what happen, police, you can even inform the local police station also, they can assist them. Clear, lone worker. Then have provision for first aid and medical facility. Have provision for first aid and medical facility. Then an automatic monitoring system, remote monitoring you can say. They are known as remote monitoring. Remote monitoring in the sense from the parent office regularly at a specific time gap, you can ask them to give them a call back. If suppose every after 15 minutes if you don't get a call from the independent office, we can assume that there is something wrong at the independent office. Clear? So callback facility. Okay, callback facility can be provided to the lawn workers. Then medical facility can be provided to the lawn workers. In addition to this, self-defense technique to be taught to them. In case somebody is going to attack them, they should be able to survive. A self-defense technique like a karate. Self-defense technique can be taught to the lawn workers. And provide adequate information, instruction, training and supervision to the people. Even again, access control, that is very important, because when somebody is working alone, access control should be provided, and people, they should not allow anybody to come inside freely. There must be an access control. Even barriers can be provided. Even the lawn worker can be put inside a cage and he can work inside the cage so that nobody can enter from outside and attack them. A special cabinet can be provided to them. Another important thing, there must be always a door from the back side of the building to escape. Suppose for example from the front side, if somebody is coming and attacking them, they should be able to evacuate or they should be able to escape from that office. There must be a backside opening, door should be made available. Clear? And all lawn worker related incidents are to be reported and investigated, so that next time what happens, such situation will not arise. Corrective measures can be taken. This is the way we can control the hazards and control associated with the lawn worker. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.